Well, hello there, hi there, welcome to Just Bird. Today's video is ho ho ho, Merry Christmas. I'm going over the winter season tarot and some possible pairings. Some are new and some are tried and true. So if any of that interests you, stick around. All right. Durable two-sided box. This ships from Canada, I believe, and it doesn't take long to get here. When I ordered it, there just happened to be like a flub with the postal service, so it took a couple of extra days, but nothing. It still arrived before the time allowed. On Etsy you can find this deck. Again, it's called The Winter Season, and it is by Dani'el Norman. Dani'el. It's Dani'el Norman. Here is your guidebook. I'm so happy with this deck. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for this beautiful winter vibe. I do so appreciate this. And this isn't going anywhere. This will be on my desk and tried and true. I've already read with it a couple of readings, and it is beautiful. The cardstock is nice, and it's just everything that I like in a winter deck. So the imagery speaks to me. I can take this out. I can take it in public. Anybody can view this deck. There isn't anything other than a winter theme that is beautiful to explore. And this is the time of year for that. This deck will take me through from now until probably throughout February. It could even make its way into March, depending on whether or not how much snow there is. It depends on the winter, and what's calling me by February is probably more pastels. But if it's blizzard-like outside, I may gravitate toward this. Christmas in July, right? Or New Year's. But I really enjoy this. So just pretty. It's pretty, and it speaks to the season, and it looks really nice on camera. And the readings are swell. Very nice. I really enjoy this cardstock because it is one which wants to be shuffled and it wants to be utilized. So I really, really like this cardstock. Just an incredible wintry scape, you know? And it's like you could feel the chill. It's very brisk outside here. It's been the past couple of days. Look, and the Christmas. Very, very nice. Now, I wanted to see what will this deck pair with. So, let's bring you down, and I'm just going to start pulling winter decks. Well, we're going to try the Yuletide Lenormand by Fana Laura. And this is just so beautiful. And I bought the book this year, the Yuletide Tales and other, well, Krampus and other Yuletide Tales book. Oh, it's so great. So I thought I would try this Lenormand. It's probably not going to look very great, but what I'm going to do is just do what I would do and put down some cards and see what it looks like on the table. Now, next to it, I would be like, Zing, zing, zing. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Question, question, question. All that jazz. Maybe down here I would have more room, more space for 3. Absolutely. So I would do something along those lines, maybe throw one in the middle, one on top, and do my reading. I'm not put off by this aesthetically. It's not a perfect match or even a match, but this is what it would look like on a table, and this is going to be pulled regardless of aesthetics, because that's just the way I roll. All right, now let's try Midnight Oracles. Hello Winter. I pull this out every season, and it looks like this is the one that I'll use this season, just because it looks very pretty together, and I think this will just match fabulously. Yeah, that looks dreamy and nice on a table. So yeah, this Hello Winter, and we have growth opportunity with the Knight of Cups, all downhill. Your pace is shifting with the Knight of Wands. I mean, yeah, the messages are great. So I will be utilizing this, and you can, I'm not sure, I've had this for years, but Midnight Oracle on Etsy, I have so many of her decks, and I believe this one is still available. You'll have to check on Etsy. Another deck that I have for Christmas is by Jennifer Aquarius, just another Christmas oracle that I'd like to see what it looks like next to. And this deck is still available on Etsy. It's not the best. The print of the printing isn't the best, but it's still a very workable deck, and useful. It's not a bad print. It's just not the best. Some, and I mean a select few cards are hard, to see. This is not one of them, So this will also be utilized, and it does not I'm not put off, even though, I'm not put off by this. It looks fine on a table. And again, we have 6 of Coins, Travel, the Magician with Gifts of Appreciation, Page of Wands with Toxic. Yes, the deck itself with this one, I feel will work seamlessly. I prefer the first one, the first Oracle by Midnight Oracle, Hello Winter. That one, it will probably be more utilized, just for the simple fact that I think it looks better together. But while I have this out, I do want to try the Christmas Oracle, which you can find this deck right now on Etsy for $20, a little bit less. It's like 18 something. Or I also saw it listed for $20. So look, because different proprietors charging different prices. Now, these do not look great, but I think if I have my 3 cards over here, it doesn't matter. This is what the table's going to look like regardless, just because that's who I am, and I'm going to work with these decks and get the messages regardless. And I will have probably 6 cards here, 6 cards here. And I'm like I said, it doesn't match, but it's Christmas, and aesthetically, who cares? It's all winter themed, so the theme is the same, and the art style is different. This is much more, I don't know, but this is such a whimsical little oracle to work with. Like, it's 'tis the season, so I'm not caring so much if the aesthetics are on point and appropriate, although this does match the Yuletide tarot a little more, a little more when we're speaking aesthetically. And I just don't think it matters, So I think this is going to be used like right alongside everything else. And again, you can pick this deck up for $20 or less on Etsy.com, and it is really a nice little, oracle to have. And the book is great because, one, the size of this deck, it's a little, you could travel with it if you so chose, and the book too, it gives you everything that you need in with just one little page. Totally worth it. Totally and completely worth it. And I think that's all I have out for traditional, Christmas. But I do have another deck here that is new to me that I just would like to see. This is the Symbolin by AGM Studios. And I just wanted to see, this is not good with this, but what I do see this being good for is this. I think these images, see how all this works, folks? Like, I'm totally off of the winter season and into just, the theme. I'd say this oracle works really nicely with this deck. Color palette and imagery, the style is, I think this will go better with these. I'm really enjoying this deck if anyone has it. However, the guidebook is not worthy because there's no title on the cards and there's no number. There's no way to navigate the deck except by going off of, you have to, in order to find the card, you have to read through all of the definitions, right? And then to make sure that you have the correct card, then you go off of your symbols here to find the meaning. To me, a book like that is dumb. It's just dumb because you have no guidance. There's no number. If you would just number them, I may put a number value on these when I can figure out which card is which. I might write the title on it with a number, because the number would be useful to me. And I might just, if I can just write a number, I will. That way I don't have to write a title, because the title isn't going to do anything for me except help me to find within the book. But if I can do with just a number, I will just do a number and then find that in the book. Ugh. But to me, it's just dumb to produce something and to write a guidebook with no way to navigate. There's no way to know what card, how, you can't just go into this guidebook and look up what this card is. And this deck is expensive for mass market. So I don't understand why you would do it like this. They have they have articulation. Well, okay, signature, Cancer and Gemini, Moon and Mercury. Discussing feelings, psychotherapy, psychoanalysis, making contact with feelings, the connection between mind and belly. And then you have your meaning, and then in your card positions, meaning, and then as a card series, and then as the last card, the outcome. But there's not even an image of the card in the book to know what card you're talking about, so this is baloney. This is, just not a good guidebook. What is S30? Okay, S32. So here are the pictures. Now, does this take me back to page 32? Is that what this is saying? Because I don't know, it's so confusing. Let's see. S32. Yes. Okay, the preacher. So here, still dumb. Just dumb to do it that way. Why not put the picture in the image next to the title on the same page, like the smaller image, like down here or something, or put the image here and then the meaning on the other side. This is just, come on. Weird. Anyway, I love this deck, even though I cannot get into the guidebook. I haven't yet to be able to get into the guidebook. The messages, the intuitive messages that come are phenomenal and just fun. I'll just give you an example. I'm not going to do the reading, but I'm just going to show you like an example of what you can come up with. All right, we've got a king. We've got, somebody put their foot in the fire. Somebody got burned. And now they're raining. They're being showered with blessings. Somebody's in a state of receptivity after getting burned because somebody wasn't paying attention and they got hurt. So there was a flub up. But the king is still pouring down. Even like you're still receiving blessings, even though you made a mistake. There was a misstep, but you're still in this state of just utter receptivity. So pay attention, but the blessing's still underway. I just like this messages and their depiction of the Fool throughout this deck I'm just pleased. And I purchased this locally at a shop that, well, I let me just hush. I don't want to talk. So anyhow, I purchased this one locally, and it is pricier to purchase locally, but it's not I think it's $27 on Amazon, and the price that I paid was just a couple of dollars more to have it in my hand, and tangible same day service, and I'm giving my money to a place that I want to give I don't want to say. Okay, so there we go. And that's going to do it for my winter tarot. Is everybody else just ready? I've been decorated for a couple of weeks now. I'm ready to get it over with and just kind of like get into spring. I want the winter to leave just as, I want it to be gone. It's not my favorite time of year. So I want to get through it as quickly as possible. Love that page of coins. As quickly as possible and get into that fresh, warmth of springtime after all of this is gone away. It did snow here once. It didn't really snow. It spat snow and it melted before it ever touched the ground. So it rained snow. And that's it. That's all we've seen thus far. But we are really at the beginning of the season. And every year I'm just like praying that there is not a blizzard. That's all. No blizzards, please. I don't like them. How beautiful. She did an incredible job. That is the Winter Season Tarot by Danielle Norman, and you can find that on Etsy.